Hello, my name is Jake. I work here at PTFS Europe within the infrastructure team. Today I'm going to be giving you a preview of our Zabbix monitoring system. The role of our Zabbix system within the infrastructure is to keep a tab on all of our servers, including our customer servers. The way that this is done is by a combination of consistent checks on the system's hardware. So, making sure that the RAM utilization and CPU utilization is kept below a certain level, and also by consistent polling. So that is running checks on the web service, for example, so making sure your OPAC and the intranet is up and running, as well as running checks on the sort of background processes that you don't see, so things like the background worker, the SIP server and things like that. We chose to replace our Nagios system with Zabbix because Zabbix has an excellent reputation as a robust, dependable and modifiable open source product, which really fits in with our ethos here at PTFS Europe and our ethics. Without further ado, I will now provide a small demonstration of how the system works, so that you can see it for yourselves. So the first section of Zabbix that I'm going to show you today is just the latest data. So if you imagine sort of Zabbix as like a flow from sort of gathering information through to then delivering notifications to us, this is really the first step. So the raw data, as it were. The information is broken down into these tags here. And then those tags are further broken down into the tag values, so you can see that the tags overall then correspond to these tag value categories, and then each of those tag categories has a value assigned, which essentially we can use then to narrow down what information we're looking at. A really good one, and the one that I'll just quickly demonstrate for you today, is memory. So if I click on memory and then break it down into the one that we look at quite a lot, is memory utilization. This gives us an overview of how much memory the system is using. So if I increase it to the last 6 hours, for example, you can see that the system sort of hovers between 49 and 55% roughly, which is pretty good for a system. So that's a quick overview of latest data. Now the next sort of link in the chain, as it were, is our templates. So the templates determine, first of all, what data is important to a system, and that's done through these items values. And then from there, it also determines how we are alerted to developing issues. So one, for example, is the Apache HTTPD service, Apache being the web server that we use on our Koha and Aspen systems. So just looking in the items, you can see here that we have got a few items called, for example, there's one here, HTTPS service response time. And if you'll notice that it's got a key, and this key here really determines what we actually do with that raw data that we're getting in through the latest data feature. So in this particular case, we're actually looking for a performance value. And in this particular case, without sort of going into the depths of what the key is doing, it's basically looking at the site and working out how long every 1 minute, so that's the interval, every 1 minute, how quick the system is to respond via that web interface. If I then jump over to triggers, you'll then see that we've got triggers that are associated with those item values. So looking again at HTTPS service is slow to respond, for example, this will take that information that we've got, it'll look at it over an average of 5 minutes in this particular case, and then it will use this value that we've got defined here, which is 10 seconds, I believe, in the background. So that's we can build quite complex rules using this system, which is really great, because one of the problems with a lot of monitoring systems is you get too many notifications and you become blind to it. whereas Zabbix has really helped us refine this down and only actually get notifications for issues that are really important that we actually want to know about. Which means that we actually overall have a lot less system outage than we used to sort of 5 years ago. Moving on then just to the final sort of step in this chain, which is our notifications through the media interfaces. So in this particular case we're looking at Slack. It sends it to an alerts channel that we've got set up, and at the moment we've got it set up 24 hours a day and just to send us everything. But we do have the ability to work more flexibly with this in the future should it be required. Thank you for taking the time to watch this short one about Zabbix. It's enabled us really to diagnose and resolve issues on our servers much quicker than we ever did when we were using Nagios, so it's been a great asset to us. If you've not subscribed to the channel already, then I'd recommend you do so and enable notifications so that you sort of get pinged for when our next video goes out. Thank you very much.